Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to Basic Guinea Pig Care. Today we're going to cover all the things you need to know before you consider buying a guinea pig. And there is my guinea pig back there, but he's a little camera shy, so... but basically, we're going to go through all the things that you need to consider before buying a guinea pig, and I will make probably about 10 to 15 of these videos. I'll make them very, very short, and I'll include hands-on demonstrations of how to hand feed them, how to clean them, how to clean out their cages, how to play with them, how to introduce them to pets around your house. So this video will be the only one where I really talk excessively about a considerable amount of things. Other than that, I'll break them down into smaller segments where you don't have to thumb through an entire video just to get to what you're looking for. If you have any questions or any videos or demonstrations that you'd like to see done, just comment this at the bottom of the page and I'll respond to you or make a specific video for what you're requesting. So the first thing that you need to know before you decide to buy a guinea pig: the pet stores and a lot of places advertise guinea pigs as child-friendly pets. They're really not. It's not a good idea. If your child is 8 or below, you do not want to get them a guinea pig. Of course, a pet store's agenda is to sell as many pets as possible, and they know that most people want a pet for their children. Guinea pigs are very, very frightened animals, and they take lots and lots of time and attention. For the first couple of weeks, they're not going to want you to pick them up, and of course children, not that they're bad, it's just children love to pick up their animals and play with them, and for the first couple weeks you really can't do that with a guinea pig. They take a lot of time, and children aren't very well known for their patience. When you pick them up, they tend to squirm a lot, so they're very easily dropped. They're frightened by loud noises, they're frightened by being held, they're frightened by a lot of things, and they have heart attacks very, very easily. So getting this for anything younger than probably a 12-year-old would be a bad idea. So think about that before you buy one of these guys. Hi! What you doing? Hi there. Another issue is cost. Guinea pigs they're not expensive, but they're not cheap either. It costs at least probably about $40 a month to get all of his supplies, and they really do need a cage mate, which we'll get to that in a second. So consider probably between $50 and $80 a month that you'll have to spend on your pigs, because they need toys, they need things that they can chew on, they need homes, they need cages, litter, bedding, all types of stuff. They need an endless supply of hay. The cost is not cheap, and veterinary costs range from $40 to $50, and then for spaying and neutering it's close to $200. So those are some other costs you might want to consider. Just getting the pigs alone, if you just get one, which again you should not do, if you just get one, it's going to cost you about $160 just to get all the supplies and the pig itself the first time. To get 2 of them, you're looking at about $200 dropping in one visit just for everything you need to get started. So that's another issue you want to consider. Time and space are a really big issue as well. Guinea pigs get very lonely. I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but ferrets can die of loneliness from not having cage mates, and guinea pigs can as well as not being interacted with. Also, their cages are quite small and they're used to having lots of exercise, so you're going to need to get them out of their cages for about an hour a day. So if you don't have at least an hour a day that you can spend taking your pig outside of its cage, playing with it, handling it, talking to it, and then kind of just letting him roam about, supervised of course, then the guinea pig is probably not the pet for you, because it is imperative that they get the right amount of time and space outside of their cage, and they actually need space to frolic and roam around. As you can see, living in cramped conditions is not good for them, so you need space for a large, large cage. This is about 3 times the size of the cage that we got when he was a baby. So you want to keep that in mind when you're thinking of space as well. Cage mates, onto that. Guinea pigs are another animal that can die. So it is very important that you get them a cage mate. We were told at the store when we picked him up that it was not imperative to get him a mate. Again, their main objective is to sell animals, and if they think that you're not going to get one because it's not cost efficient to get two, they're going to tell you it's fine to get one so long as you spend time with it. That's not true. We were actually fooled into that. And they need cage mates very, very desperately. They get very lonely and they start to misbehave. I'll go over another video on guinea pig sounds and guinea pig behavior. So they will misbehave quite a lot, and then on top of that, they'll start to get very lethargic. They won't want to play, they won't eat their food, and they will eventually die because they don't see any other animals that look like them. Kind of like if you never saw another human being again, how lonely you would feel. It's kind of like that for your pigs. So you need to consider that. Other pets, of course, are great, but you definitely want to be able to get 2 guinea pigs. As far as cage mates go, I will also cover that in another video, as far as getting 2 males, 2 females, a male and a female, and what you can do to prevent breeding and fighting, and things of that nature. Okay, next topic. Your pig. You will probably reach a point when you first get your pig where you think that the poor thing hates you. They don't. They're very shy and they are not very friendly critters until about a month after you get them, which is again why they're not good pets for kids, because they've got to have the patience to not touch them. When you first bring your guinea pig home, you need to leave them alone in their cage with plenty of food and water for at the very least 24 hours. Of course, you can check on them, walk by the cage, and talk to them in a very soft voice, kind of like this. Hi. Hi, buddy. How's it going in there? You coming to say hello? You've been romping around a little. You can kind of talk very, very softly to them, but you do not want to touch them for at least 24 hours. The first week, your pig needs to spend getting accustomed to their new place because they've just been ripped away from, they're sold in litters, so they've just been ripped away from their family, ripped away from the environment that they're used to. They're in this new place, they don't know you, they don't know your pets, they don't know the environment they're in, and it's a very frightening thing because where they are indigenous to, they are the very bottom of the food chain. So this is a very frightening experience. So don't get discouraged if your pig doesn't run up to you right away. They're just frightened. So, getting on to the point, sorry about all the blabbering. The first week you spend with your pig, you want to just kind of leave them alone, walk by their cage, talk to them, and just hold your fingers up to the bars, and he's not going to come over here right now. But if you just hold your fingers up to the bars like this and let them sniff you, they'll slowly become more accustomed to you. Week 2, you can spend getting to pet your guinea pig, getting them accustomed to it, and I'll show you a very great method for doing this. You always want to let them smell you first. Come here. Come on, baby. Come on. Oh, such a good boy. Come here. Come on. You gotta be very, very patient with them. Okay. When touching them for the first week, you want to put your hand out very slowly. Let them get a really good sniff and come to you on their own. Then you can kind of reach in real slow and just pet the bridge of their nose and pet their backs and stuff. But remember, they're at the bottom of the food chain, so you want to let them see your hand really well. The third week, you can start to pick them up and handle them outside of their cage. And the fourth week, you can let them romp around outside with you, romp around in your room. Of course, be mindful of where you're stepping. But about the fourth week, they become very attached to you. They get much better about being handled. And some pigs never adjust to being handled. So if your pig is very reluctant to be scooped up, don't think that your pig hates you. They're very frightened, and it takes them some time to get used to it. Last thing to consider before you get the pig is, again, a space issue. They cannot be in direct sunlight. Guinea pigs die of heat stroke very easily. They cannot be kept anywhere above 80 degrees, and again, I'll make another video explaining common ailments and illnesses and links and websites you can go to further figure that out and to help with veterinary care. But your piggies can die very, very easily from heat stroke, so do not put them in direct sunlight. Hi. Oh, no, you can't eat it, sweetie. Don't put them in direct sunlight. They'll overheat. A good way to check, if you feel their fur and their fur feels really hot, you need to move them. So just consider that when you think about getting a guinea pig. Consider the fact that you might not have a space in your house that's out of the way of direct sunlight. That's pretty much it as far as things that you need to know before considering getting a guinea pig. Zach, do you have anything to add? Did I cover it all? Alright. So I had a lot of trouble finding a lot of this information, and it was very frustrating when I first got my guinea pig. So any questions or comments you have, any videos you'd like me to make, just let me know and I'll cover everything. And this will probably be the longest video I'll make, so you'll never have to hear me talk this much again. Thanks for watching, and ask me any questions you like.